Shall we begin?
The zero-based budget is where you account for every single dollar. You know exactly how much your expenses are each month. You know exactly where your money is going every single month. And I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, so let's get into this zero-based budget. There are four main components, as you can see: income, expenses, cash flow assignment. All right, so income. You are simply going to write, if you get paid twice a week, you're going to come here, you're going to have 4 paychecks. If you get paid 4 times a week, you're going to come here and you're going to have 4 paychecks and you're going to input the amount. We do that because we want to be as specific as possible, and that's a whole nother video. Right now we're just getting the basics, but I want you to understand why I'm having you structure it this way. It's easy to analyze at the end. So with income, this person's income is $4,600 a month after taxes. Please, what you make after taxes. Then you're going to come down here. You need your expenses. We want to know exactly how much your expenses are. So if your Netflix bill is $11.63, you are not saying it's about $11. It is $12. You're not rounding up. You're not rounding down. We want exact amount. So my Netflix bill is $11.63. I will put that in here, but for the sake of this video, because y'all not about to play me about my math skills, we're going to do everything that ends in zero, right? So you want to get your expenses. You want to have them separated by constant and variable expenses. Constant expenses are things that are the same every single month. They don't change for a set period of time. Variable expenses. These are expenses that may be reoccurring monthly, but they're different because they're based on usage. Or these are expenses that you have discretion about how much you want to spend. So take, for instance, we have gas. You know, there's not a set amount of gas that you spend every month, but you know, I typically spend about $20 a week traveling back and forth to work and, you know, on the weekend. So you will put that here, and you want to break certain things down by the week because there's 5 weeks in some months and there's 4 weeks in another month. So if I was doing a 4-week month here, it would be 80. However, it's a 5-week month in January, so it's $100. Also want you to organize your expenses. Once you've categorized them out into sections, organize them by literally cannot live without, and I can live without, right? So I need this to survive. And this really depends on the person. So tithes may not be the first thing for you. Rent may not be the first thing for you. Some people may say, I can live in my car if, you know, times get real tight. So as long as my car insurance is paid so I can get back and forth to work, that's all that matters. So they may move car insurance up. So it really depends on the person. Organize it how you want to. Nobody's judging. So for all of these, I organize them the same way. So tithes is a 10%. If you pay 10%, it's going to be $500 once you include your offering. If your rent is $1,000, great. Ooh, that's great. Car insurance. And humor me with some of these prices. You know, this is just for an example. Then you have, and I don't know if you all can read this as well, and pardon my handwriting, I get that from my mother. Sorry. So I included braces, $100 a month, your subscriptions, Netflix, Apple Music, and gym membership. What they are, then how much they equals to. Same thing for variable. Gas, groceries, utilities, and feminine care. And I mean, it's going to be different. Everyone's expenses are not the same. So I want you to understand that. Like, I personally don't pay car insurance. My mom still pays my car insurance. So for me, I won't have that. So you have to, every budget has to be tailored to you. So printing off some of these budgets online doesn't always work. Just saying. So now we know exactly how much we spend. If we add this all up, I did change some, but it should be $2,550. So what can we do with that? We know how much we make, exactly how much we make each month. We know exactly how much our expenses are. So now we can get to the most important part. What is our cash flow? Cash flow is the amount of money you have left over after all your major expenses are taken care of. So we know we bring home $4,600. It costs us $2,550 to just live. At the end of the day, after that's done, we have $2,050 left over. Most people stop right here, and then they wonder why they can't figure out where their money is going. They're always at the end of the month like, I don't have any money. And I get it. Some people always don't even have a cash flow. Don't worry, we'll get there. But if you do have a cash flow, you next want to assign your cash flow. You want to tell your money where to go. Money is not just slipping away from you. You are telling it where to go. All right. So This number always has to equal this number. Always. This must equal this. So this person is like, I already have an emergency fund, so I'm just going to put $500 in savings. I'm going to put $500 in an investment account. This month, I know for sure I'm getting my hair done, so I'm going to spend $200. I get my nails done every single month, so $150. I go get a wax and a massage, so that costs me $250. I give my niece $100 a month because I love her, and I like to eat out at nice restaurants, so I allot myself $50 twice a month to go eat out. And I'm also going to Italy, so I'm paying on this trip, so $250. Add all of this up and it equals $20.50. Right? So how do you know you did it correct, right? Because everything has to match. Your income minus your expenses is going to equal your cash flow. Your cash flow plus your expenses are going to equal your income. If you did your income minus your cash flow assignment, it's going to equal your expenses. Everything is always going to equal. And with the zero basis, you get it to zero. So if you were to subtract all the certain things, if you were to add this and subtract that, you get zero, right? But we're not about to do all of that because you get the gist. So